The exchange doesn't know your name. It knows your balance, and from the moment you deposit your first dollar, that number determines everything: what you pay, what you see, who picks up the phone, and whether anyone notices if something goes wrong. Here is exactly what happens at every level. $0 to $500. You are a number. You create an account in 11 minutes. You upload your ID, take a selfie holding a piece of paper, and wait 3 days for verification. When it clears, you deposit $200. The interface is bright and clean and designed to make buying feel as easy as ordering takeout. You buy $200 of Bitcoin. The exchange charges you a 0.6% transaction fee. That is $1.20. It doesn't sound like anything. Over a lifetime of trading, it will be one of the most expensive things you ever encounter. But right now, it feels like nothing, so you don't think about it. You are a retail customer. You have all the same access as everyone else at this level, which is to say, the FAQ page, a support ticket system that responds in 4 to 7 business days, and a chatbot named something like Max or Area that cannot solve any problem you will ever actually have. If something goes wrong with your account, you will email support. You will wait, you will email again, you will find a Reddit thread from 2021 with the same problem and no solution. This is the full extent of the relationship. The exchange processes 1.4 million transactions a day. You are one of them. The email you sent is ticket number 4,847,221. Nobody is coming. $500 to $10,000. You start paying attention. You've added more over several months. Your portfolio is sitting at $6,400 and you have started to notice the fees. At $6,400, you are still a standard retail user. The fee structure hasn't changed. You are still paying 0.5% on every trade you make, which means every time you move $5,000 between assets, $25 disappears before the trade even settles. You have done this 17 times in the last 3 months. You have paid $312 in fees on a $6,400 portfolio without ever consciously making that decision. You discover there is a fee discount if you hold the exchange's native token. You buy some. The discount brings your fee down to 0.1%. You feel like you found a secret. You didn't. The exchange designed this specifically so that you would buy their token, increasing its price and their revenue, in exchange for a discount that still costs you more than if you had just used a different exchange to begin with. This is the level where you start reading the terms of service. There is a clause that says the exchange can restrict withdrawals during periods of high volatility or operational necessity. You read it twice. You tell yourself this is standard legal language. It is also exactly what FTX told its users before it froze $8 billion in withdrawals in November 2022 and filed for bankruptcy 4 days later. You close the terms of service. You don't move your coins to a hardware wallet, not yet. $10,000 to $100,000. The velvet rope appears. Something changes at $50,000. Not dramatically, not with a phone call or a congratulations email. The change is quiet. Your fee tier drops automatically based on your 30-day trading volume. You are now paying 0.08% per trade instead of 0.5%. You have access to the advanced trading interface. The charts are the same charts. The coins are the same coins. But the number attached to your account now puts you in a different category in the exchange's internal classification system. And some doors that were closed are now slightly open. You can access a dedicated support channel, not a phone number, not a human. A faster ticket queue and a chatbot with slightly more permissions. If your account gets flagged by the automated fraud detection system, which happens to people at this level more than the exchange will ever admit, you now get a response in 24 hours instead of 4 to 7 business days. This is the premium experience. What you don't know yet is that at this level, the exchange has begun to pay closer attention to your trading patterns, not to help you, to understand you, which assets you hold, how you respond to volatility, how long you wait before panic selling. This data has value that has nothing to do with your trading fees. You are still a retail customer. You just don't know it yet because the interface has started calling you a verified member. $100,000. $1 million. Someone learns your name. You receive an email from a person, not a template, not a newsletter, a person with a first name and a last name and a job title that includes the words client success or relationship manager. They want to schedule a call. They want to understand your goals. They want to make sure you have everything you need. What they want, which they will not say, is to make sure you do not move your portfolio to a competitor. At $250,000, you have unlocked the OTC desk. Over-the-counter trading means you can execute large trades without moving the market price against yourself. When you buy $200,000 of Bitcoin through a standard retail interface, your own buy order pushes the price up as it fills, meaning you pay more for the last portion than you paid for the first. The OTC desk matches you directly with a counterparty. You get a fixed price. You get it in minutes. You also get something nobody talks about: information. Not insider information in the legal sense, but when you have a relationship manager, you are on a call sometimes when they mention something casually. A new asset class the exchange is considering, a listing that hasn't been announced publicly, a partnership that's coming next quarter. Nothing formal, nothing you could prove, just a conversation between two people who talk regularly, one of whom happens to know things the other one doesn't. This is the level where you begin to understand that the market you thought was fair has always been divided into sections, and you have only just found the door to the second one, $1 million plus. The rules are different now. The exchange calls you, not your relationship manager, someone above them. The conversation is brief and professional. They want to discuss a market-making agreement. They want your liquidity. In exchange, they will reduce your fees to near zero, give you API priority access, meaning your orders execute before retail orders in the queue, and provide you with market data that is not available on the standard interface. You are no longer a customer. You are infrastructure. At this level, you are aware of things that would disturb the $200 depositor still waiting on ticket number 4,847,221. You know that exchange order books are not always what they appear to be. You know that some assets are listed because projects paid for the listing, not because of their merit. You know that during the next market crash, withdrawals may be delayed for retail users, while institutional accounts are processed first, because that is what the terms of service, read carefully, actually permit. You know this because you have read the actual agreement, not the public one, the one they sent you. You started with $200 and a chatbot named Max. You waited 4 to 7 business days for a response that never solved the problem. And somewhere between that first $1.20 fee and the private agreement that nobody else knows exists, the exchange didn't change. It was always this shape. You just couldn't see the shape from where you were standing. The platform is democratic in the way that all markets claim to be democratic. Anyone can open an account, anyone can buy. The rules apply to everyone equally. They just apply differently depending on how much of you the exchange has decided is worth keeping.